And,
Well,
and
then
you're on the live. Us three are live.
I hit go live, so we're good. We're live.
Hey, yay!
Yes, hello.
Welcome to Flippin Bunch.
Crystal.
Where is she?
Okay,
Well,
let's
Crystal is
roll in
not.
here. I think we've got all of our. I didn't freeze. I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Crystal can't be with us tonight, and I was just going to say, and yours is lagging a little bit, so forgive our technical difficulties as usual.
That's ironic.
Yeah, isn't it? Huh? Go figure.
Okay, we are the Flippin Bunch. And tonight, as Levon said, sometimes we have personal things that come up in life. We all have lives, and there's other obligations we need to fill. So we are minus our Flippin Bunch sister Crystal from the Crafty Creech. So check her out. I am Dar from DIYs by Dar, and everybody's telling me I'm a maximalist, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm a maximalist furniture flipper, and I like to do really different things with pieces of furniture that I get. On to you, Levon.
Sure, when I'm taking a drink. I'm Levon, and I have Statement Designs. And hi, ladies. We have Crystal and Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
And I have a little booth in a coffee house, and I've had a shop for 10 years. So now it's kind of like I'm in cruise control because the baristas ring out my purchases, so I don't have to be there all the time, which is really nice. So I'm kind of semi-retired, and that means I can paint furniture as much as I want without interruption most of the time. And that is my joy. And I do go out to lunch a good bit too. So that's what I do. And I do smalls a little bit more than I used to just because of having basically a booth. So those kind of things are more of a staple than big furniture pieces all the time. So that's my story.
I agree. That's really fun. I'm glad to have a booth too and get into doing the smalls. Yeah, it's been fun, Levon. So my name is Kat. I have Owling Dog Design, and I am a furniture refinisher and artist of various things, and design. And I do a lot of restoration and furniture refinishing and playing around with all things that are pretty. Hey, Jenna. Hi, everyone in the chat. It's good to see you.
Hi, Jenna.
Hey. So, yeah. Looking forward to tonight.
Yes.
Well, I am going to roll a little video that Levon created. We had some questions about what we're using starting out on our own on trying to get our YouTube channels or just our videos for socials, what you actually need to get up off the ground. And I see we've got Jenna Junk Princess Furniture in the house. And we also have Cheryl Wall from, help me with the name, guys.
Lifestyle of a DIYer.
Like DIY.
There, thank you. And let's go ahead and get that little video that Levon was kind enough to make for us.
Here's the lighting we use. We use a couple regular lamps. That's on my husband's desk with his Hot Wheels stuff all over it. And there's the other one on my desk, and they're both like positionable. So I kind of keep it up like that and turn it to the side. And that's the regular ceiling light above. In addition to that, I have the light on the left of the computer, and then a recent addition, because I felt like they were too dark, is a clip-on light that I clip on top of my laptop, because that's how we do our Wednesday and also my Tuesday talk. And then that other light, which is positionable too. I recently got this light for my Tuesday talk that I can do that gooseneck function and totally turn the phone down so that it is showing an overhead view of my project. And we use StreamYard so that we can show both photos at the same time. I have another one out at the garage that's very similar to this one, adjustable in height and everything. These are the apps I use. PixArt, which is very much like Canva, and also UCut is my video editing software, and I do it all on my phone, and also Epidemic Sound is what I use for music. The phone I use is the Samsung S24 Ultra. I like to buy a good phone because it has a really good camera, plus it's a little computer, so I can upload to YouTube and do everything right on the same device.
Hi, Gretchen.
Like that. So
Very nice.
yay.
Well, thank you. And that, so just to clarify, that's just what I use, you know? So I know, like, for instance, Crystal uses Canva instead of PixArt. Do you ladies use Canva or PixArt or a different?
For editing, yeah.
Yeah, like for thumbnails and just for pictures, not the editing, but like for just like to edit your pictures.
To edit my pictures, I use ACDC, and
Okay.
it's not like the band; it's ACDSEE.
Oh,
And
okay.
I've used that editing. I don't know where Darwin.
Narnia again.
She's in Narnia somewhere. But yeah, I've been using that ever since I've done photography. So for years and years and years, it's very similar to Photoshop.
Yeah.
So you can layer in all that stuff. I never did a lot of that. I just don't do that kind of photography. I'm more.
I don't get the layering myself. I need to learn that. I'd like to learn that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. You just have to save it. You have to save each layer, and then you just pile them on. It's really kind of simple, but I don't do that kind of photography. So I thought about it, but I just did a different kind of photography, and but I still use it for editing my photos for my furniture and whatever. Yeah. In fact, so when I do a painting, like an art painting, I put it somewhere and I take a photograph of it with my Canon, which is not a fancy camera, but it's more of a professional camera. It's not a fancy camera though. I just want to qualify that. Not that these are bad. These take nice pictures, but I can do a manual setting, and you can't do that with like a ready-made camera. So I do it like in a kind of a raw setting, and then I put in all what I want to see. I can do all my contrast. I can do my lighting, shutter speed and all that stuff. And I love to do that because then when I can actually show you later if you're interested, but I just ordered some new prints that I found a new company, and they came out super good. It just, in my opinion, it's hard to find. It's challenging to find development companies. I don't do my own photo development, so I'm depending on somebody else. And these photos are good. And when I say good, the stock is heavy. It's acid fast or acid, resistant, so it's not going to break down. And the photos come out and look just like the canvas with all the, little crinkles you see in the canvas. Super, super nice. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, long story for that.
Dar, do you use so I use PixArt, Kat uses ACDC, and Crystal uses Canva, or Canva. What do you use as far as a picture software? Not your film editing software, but like, do you use anything like that?
Yeah, I pay for Canva Pro.
Okay.
So that's like $15 a month.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I like Canva.
It just gives you more options with higher graphics, better graphics.
Mhm.
Not really that much different.
It's easy to use.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I probably haven't even scratched the surface of what my PixArt app is capable of. I just do what I do, and I know there's more. There's
Oh,
also
yeah.
more in
Always
UCut
more.
that I'm not taking advantage of as well, the video
Mhm.
editing software.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I use that. Before we move on from ACDC, Gretchen says she's seeing them next month in concert. Wow, rock and
Yay!
roll.
That's so cool. Hey, Gretchen. I love
Um,
ACTC.
so Crystal uses Filmora, and I'm not familiar with that at all.
I have never heard
And
of
I
it.
use
Yeah.
UCut, and I love it. I do. I just love it. I feel like it's really for me. I just do everything on my phone, and I feel like it's very feature rich, and it allows me to do so much. Like I said, I still have not scratched the surface of things that I can do with it. I swear every time I do a video, I learn a different trick or something new with it.
Mm.
And I know that I could avail myself on YouTube. There's channels dedicated to PixArt, UCut. There's Facebook pages. So I'm sure if I, joined those things and watched those things, that I'd learn more. So that's on the to-do list.
Well, I use Premiere Pro
Okay.
through Microsoft, and I
Okay.
pay for it yearly, and it's over a couple $100 a year. But I can have I have a blog, but I haven't like done anything with it in so long it's ridiculous. And I can actually create a website from what I'm paying for already, but yeah, you can see I'm getting that done real quick. I just haven't had the time to get to something like that. So,
Right.
the capabilities are there and I've just kind of left it. I'm probably wasting some money right now, but I'm hoping I can set this up someday soon, especially if I'm going to get all this bigger furniture on Etsy. Everybody says to put it on your own website. Just maybe so you can get away from all those fees that
Yeah.
they're charging you on Etsy. But that's pretty much what I use, and I know Premiere Pro is pretty involved. There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to use different aspects of it. And I'm like you, Levon, only scratching the surface. I am not using it to its full capabilities at all.
Probably
But
none of us are.
I
yeah,
use Squarespace for my website, and like you, it's like I need to just start putting the furniture on there, but I haven't done that yet. So, I mean, we have the vehicle to drive people to our website with YouTube. So,
I know that's something I think we should be doing is, and I never think of it, is adding my website, the name of the website to the actual video. I never do that.
I
I,
do that, and I also sometimes I look at the analytics on my website, and I think, okay, why am I not getting more traction for all the people that are visiting it? So, and that's on me, because I'm not really putting it out there, for them. But
I think your website really depends on SEO,
yeah, yeah.
even still. Yeah. And I think
And that
that's a,
again is on us too, because I mean, something I feel like is underused, and we're getting off topic because now we're not talking about production on YouTube as much, but any kind of promotion, I think topic that we cover is good for somebody, but underused in my estimation is Google. Google's free. You can put your business on there, and I just don't remember to post on Google. But yet for me and Kat, for you too, well, we all have a booth, like it's kind of, we need to, because if people Google our business,
I,
then
yeah,
we should be
have,
showing them some of the cool stuff in our business.
I'm on Google Maps, which is helpful because I've gotten
Yeah.
customers through that.
Right.
But the Google ad space is something that went the way of my website hack. So I can no longer use that to my advantage. But at one time, it was always through doing the SEO behind the website itself. And it was complicated. But I was on the front page of Google. If you searched for art galleries in Massachusetts, that's shocking. I mean, really, because I was nobody compared to, there's thousands of art galleries in Massachusetts. You know what I mean? But it was all because of the SEO that was written behind it. And it was more complicated back then. Back then, you actually had to write the code behind it. You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Crystal's, saying it too, figuring out SEO. I mean, I think those things, like they change all the time too.
It's changed, totally changed. I don't think you have to do the writing. Like you use Squarespace, right? I hope this isn't off topic, but in Squarespace, if you all you have to do is search terms and it puts in the SEO for you. It wasn't like that when I started my website. You had to be the creator, when it was insane.
Yeah, I know. And it's something I really don't know how to use. So,
I mean,
Well, that was the one thing that Premiere Pro, when I first set up with them in their program, made me do. They made me link my www.diysbydar.com in all of them search engines by CEO. So when you got in, when you go look up DIYs by Dar, I should come up. But I think there is another one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember correctly, it was, I'll have to look at that. I may be able to remember where I went to do it, and then I can maybe take some shots of where I was at and show you how to get there. But you can do it yourself. You just have to type in your long URL.
Yeah.
So have your URL when you go there.
Yeah. Well, I do have things linked on my website, but my Facebook and all my socials and stuff. But yeah, I just that stuff is just a whole other
it's a whole
subject
job in its own, right?
Yeah. And Crystal is saying that Brenda from Phoenix Furniture Gallery says she uses Google Gemini. That keeps popping up and asks me if I want to use it, and I keep putting it down because I'm afraid of it.
That's
But I also don't have any trouble writing descriptions, and I like having that control. And I'm sure I could edit or change whatever Gemini says, but I I love using AI as far as pictures go, but I really don't like that Chat GPT or whatever it is, and I guess that's what Google Gemini is.
yeah.
I don't
I don't like AI. I'm an old fart. Well,
Well,
one of the things they
Okay.
do in AI,
Um,
I'm sorry, who am I interrupting? I apologize.
no, no, go ahead, Kat.
AI uses our art and then they share it with other people because we're constantly uploading. And so that's the reason I don't use it. But like I say, I'm not saying you shouldn't use it because everybody uses it and it's beautiful, you know.
well, I mean, I use it for backdrops,
Yes,
backgrounds, because I just don't have a
it's
good place
it's
for staging.
beautiful. Right.
But it is. I feel like that's going to be a big problem in the future because I mean, as artists, we should be watermarking all of our stuff that we put
I
out there. We should
used to.
always watermark, but I
Right.
don't always do it.
No.
So once it's out there, I've even heard stories
They
of
always
people stuff stolen that
they
was
always
watermarked.
ask you. They always ask you when you do a YouTube video if there was anything that was AI in it, and you have to like hit that little check mark.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
was going to tell you that I have 4 cameras.
Wow.
One of them is a movie camera that is a dinosaur, well over 15 years old, so that's no good. 2 of the cameras, really nice cameras when I first purchased them,
Yeah.
5 years old, 8 years old, obsolete. So I'm using my phone like
Yeah.
Levon, but I got I think it's a 22, and the next I want to get is like what Levon has is a 24, S24.
The 25's coming out.
Uh-oh, now I'm gonna have to wait. Um,
I think
Is
Dar's
that
I'm
frozen.
gonna bring. No, I'm not. Am I?
Okay. Wait, I thought you were. Oh, that's really cool.
I love it.
I like that
Okay.
too.
Um, one of the gals was asking me it was from Borderline Furniture.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of lighting? I think it was. I used. Now this was what I purchased, and it didn't have these accessories on it when I bought it. I went back to my original link from when I purchased it. They'll be 2 years old in October. And let me tell you, these things have gone for timber a few times, and I'm surprised I've not damaged them because I've knocked them over quite a few times, and they've held up really well. But I did not get this attachment where you can actually put your phone on it and attach your phone.
Yeah.
Looks like they added a couple attachments to it for your phone, and they upped the price a bit, but I see they got it right now. It's like 29% off or something. I think I got it for 70 when I purchased it. It'll be
Yeah.
going like over a year and a half ago. So that was that. And this is actually what it's called right there. Oh, there's the price. There's the price. That's
Yeah.
what you get in that whole kit. And I like it. That's what I use. That's what I'm using right now
Mm-hmm.
on both
Looks
sides.
good.
Yeah, it
Looks
does.
good.
If I can't get outside to take pictures, which is the best, here in Michigan, it's difficult. I try to set up somewhere and then I'll use these because they're portable. They have a battery. You can unplug them and they have 100 minutes of battery time before it'll shut off, and then you just have to plug it back in. That's really about it. And my
I
laptop.
like, what's that?
I said just my laptop.
Your laptop, yeah. Well, okay, so I'd like to revisit the phone. So when I do Tuesday Talk and also on Flippin Bunch, I'm using my laptop. So I'm using the camera on my laptop. But one thing I do, so I mentioned the phone. I always try to get a good phone. I want to preface this by saying I used to work at AT&T for 15 years. I worked at the cell phone, business. So it's funny because I feel like the 15 years that I worked there, I saw so much change. It went from like bag phones and flip phones and StarTACs and those little Nokias to, smartphones and, data and all that stuff changed so much. And I now marvel that, I've been away at least 15 years and how little it's changed since I left. The phones basically are the same. They just keep getting better features on them. And of course they can spy on us more all the time. But I will say I like to get a good phone because the cameras are amazing on them, and you really can do a lot of those features. You just have to look for all those features in there, when you're filming. And they offer courses on using, especially the Samsung phone, and also iPhones have amazing technology in theirs too. I think the motion photo thing is really cool that, you have on the phones now. You could choose to use it or not, but you can do panoramic, you can do, change the shutter speed and all that stuff. It's just incredible. But like I said, you have to get in the settings and be able to know how to use it, which I don't. I use when I get in my editing program, if my pictures are too dark, I go in there and I use a filter and I brighten them up. Of course, it's best to have the best lighting and to start with, but I just like having everything on my phone because back to what we were talking about last week, I guess, the productivity, and how you do so much. That's my relaxation time. I'm still working, but I'm sitting on the couch with my phone and I'm doing my thing because it's all right there. So that's my 2 cents on phones.
Well, thank goodness, Mara, you were out there watching, because I was having a hard time remembering if that was one of the requests was on the lighting that I was using. And for me, these 2 little lights from Amazon, go back and check out what the name of them are. And I think you'll be happy with them. I'm happy with them.
Yeah. I think they're really cool.
Well, I use them when I'm working on stuff to see what I'm working on as well.
Jenna, I have
for added light.
Seen some of those TikTok, like those little, are you talking about those little, things that they do? Like they'll use a mirror or, put somebody in the water and have them stand on something so it looks like they're walking on water, or they'll put a mirror in someone's, coat so it looks like that person's in their heart, It's like, is that the kind? Yeah. I love those. I'm fascinated by those too. Mara asks, are you asking Dar about her video editing software? Yes, I'm not sure if she's directing that to you, Dar.
Do you want us to go around and tell everybody again? Maybe you weren't here at the beginning, but what I use is Premiere Pro through Microsoft. And I pay yearly. It's expensive. It's probably $250 a year. But then it gives me access, and they do have a good support system there. If I couldn't get in or something and I called, they always call you back and work your problems out with whatever you're doing. It helped me set up a blog. I can set up a website through it, and I do all my video editing through that. And there is a lot of YouTube videos going over Premiere Pro on how to do certain aspects of it, because it's so involved. Like I'm just scratching the surface on what it's capable of. I know how to get on there and make a video and put my clips together and dissolve them and add some text, add a voiceover, go find some music from Epidemic Sound, which seems to be the best option right now. If you're going to load something and they don't offer you music like on a short, use their music. Otherwise, it seems like there's been a lot of copyright things going around. So that's basically what I used. If I'm on my phone, I'm going to make a short from my phone, I just use whatever's with my photo and my phone system. It's probably Google. I really don't even know what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
As far as editing?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably Samsung's editing.
Yeah, like you have a studio in there and you can take and create your own little movie in there.
Yeah.
And then that way you can do it a little bit quicker, because like you have to, in the case of Instagram, you cannot load it from your laptop. You have to load it from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to put a video on there, a reel or short.
I just wanted to go back on what something Amy said last week, because we were talking about when you mentioned Epidemic Sound. Amy said that she uses Artlet. And then Lester Diaz, I have that written down. So Artlet is the music thing. I'm not sure what Lester Diaz is. And Mara says she uses Movavi.
I've heard of that.
Time purchase.
Yeah.
Where are you seeing that?
In the comments over there.
Yeah.
Right above the shorts one.
Oh.
And speaking of shorts, we were talking about that too. And I'll tell you what, the shorts have been getting me subscribers lately. It's funny. It's like they've just been, I've noticed an influx after I have a successful short. And now sometimes I have a short that isn't so successful. But another thing too that I think might be a good thing to have if you're gonna start a YouTube channel. It's funny, my grandson is 10 and he wants to start a YouTube channel on drawing. And so we're going through the whole motion again of getting him started. So I have all his information here. I'm going to give him an old phone of mine because he has one, and he's not able to do a lot of stuff on it because it's just like a little prepaid thing. But I use on my phone YT Studio. I guess you can't see it, but it tells me, it has a dashboard, and it's the same as YouTube Studio on your computer. But what's on your computer is a little more sophisticated. But this tells me everything I need to know. Like I just check, I'm always checking and seeing how my latest video is doing. Also my earnings, I can keep up with that on there. So it's also great for editing too. Like, so if I'm uploading a video, I can upload it directly from UCut right to YouTube. And then I select the title, and if I want to put it in a playlist, and if I want to schedule it, or all that stuff. So I can do that. And then while it's uploading, I can go in UCut, or sorry, YT Studio on my phone. And then meanwhile, I've gone to PixArt, made a thumbnail. I can upload that in there while the video's uploading. I can do my description while it's uploading, all that stuff. The only thing I can't do is hit, monetize, because they have to do the checks, to make sure that you don't have any hits on the, I can't say the word. You said it earlier,
The
Kim.
naughty list?
What?
The naughty list?
No, when you have someone else's music.
Copyright.
Copyright, thank you.
Yeah.
I could not say that word for the life of me. But yeah.
Hey, now you know how I feel. It happens to me all the time.
It happens to me all the time, especially when I'm doing a video. The word
Well, at least that you can edit. Real life, you can't. So do you edit, like we've talked about this before, like or so? Those are my things that I say.
Yeah.
Do you edit those things out?
If I'm doing a voiceover, that's when I tend to do it, because when I'm doing a voiceover, I usually type it out first, because I just get a little jacked up when I'm watching. If I sit there and watch my video, I could think in my mind of everything that I want to say. But the minute I click go, I get like this brain fart that happens to me, and I forget everything, and it doesn't flow. So I type it out, and it just kind of calms me down. And I don't always go by the typing, but I think there's something about transferring it to text.
Huh.
And then
I was just going to say, whenever I first started my business 10 years ago, there's a local TV show here, and I emailed the host, and I was like, oh, I started this business, and I think it's different for our area, blah, blah, blah. And she emailed me back, can you come on Monday? And it was like, oh, and it's live. So whoa. I had to, learn
like jumping in the deep end.
Yeah, no kidding. So, I mean, I have been doing that for a long time. I haven't done it a whole lot lately, but
that's the
over
way
the
to
years,
fly.
I've
That's
done
how
it pretty
feel.
regularly.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, you can. It's anything you're passionate about, if it's a job interview or whatever, anything you're passionate about, I feel like you can talk about without worry.
Exactly. I think with video and all that stuff and camera, in my opinion, it's mostly style and detail that. And yeah, I mean, it's great to have a great place to stage things. Sure, we all want that. But that's not always possible for everybody. But for just, in my opinion, to make a good video, 10 minutes, to however long you want to do it, is to have some, hi, Stephanie, to have some details, like having your voice be the same decibels all the way through, There's nothing worse than trying to watch somebody's video and it's all of a sudden it's like they're yelling in your ear, or you have to turn it off and then you listen and then the music comes on and it's like, oh, little things like that. And some of the, and I'm guilty of it. I find that it's really difficult to edit out every error, because a lot of times the errors go by me no matter how many times I watch it. There's this error in there and I see it when it's uploaded onto YouTube, like, why didn't I edit that out? But my goal is to always do that before I upload it, and just little things like that. Stupidly, I did a video the other day, and it happens to me more with painting, because when I'm painting, I like fall into what I'm doing and I forget about the camera. And thank you, Stephanie. I like editing and that, so that helps me too. And I like the program that I use. But when I'm painting, I'm just thinking about the painting. And so I bump into the camera and it goes, it's like videoing half my canvas. I can't tell you how many times that I've done that. I've done these paintings and say, oh, that's nice. And then I go to run my camera and I've gone halfway through and haven't clicked it, or, some stupid thing happens. But that doesn't happen that much with furniture. I'm much more chill doing furniture.
Hi, Stephanie. I didn't say hi. I was waiting.
Well, do we have any challenges coming up? I mean, we just got done with the big one, and I'm lost on where we're at from here on out.
Well,
what's going on in Tuberland?
Well, we have the Mirror Challenge coming up, and anybody's welcome to participate in that. And Jenna Junk Princess, who was the winner of the last Unique Antique Challenge that Crystal puts on, she chose the subject, which was to mirror one of the favorite things that one of us has done, the Flippin Bunch. So I thought that was really flattering that she chose that as a subject, and I think it's really cool to see what everybody's going to do. What is the date on that? I'm not 100% sure. Let me look real quick.
Ooh.
I think it's the 30th, because I thought it was the 30th of this month and I misspoke.
Yeah, it's May 31st. Yeah. So
31st. I'm misspeaking again.
Mimic a furniture piece created by one of the Flippin Bunch gals. So yeah, anybody can participate. And if you're not on the Flippin Fab YouTubers page on Facebook, let one of us know, because we can get you added to that group, because that's kind of like your dashboard, so that you can keep them all straight on that page. We don't have any other ones coming up right now.
Mara has one. Oh, it's in the fall though, right? Mara, she has the Eco Challenge in October.
Yeah, the October one, yes.
Do we do them in the summer usually, or what happens?
Yeah, I think we can do them anytime. Well, we had been talking about, I brought up, and I don't know whether we're going to do it or not, but the Christmas in July, I think that would be fun.
Oh, yeah. Now that would be fun. Is that smalls?
Yeah, smalls.
Cool.
Gretchen says, I'll join that right now. Well, you have, let us know, because we have to add you, because it's a private group, so you can't just click join. I don't think.
I don't know.
You can try. We might have to invite you.
I think I just reached out to Angie, but she's not always on. So
Who, Angie?
Yeah.
No, I know. Mm. Go,
It's
yeah,
not
if you
from
go to
there.
it, see if it asks you to join. If not, just let one of us know and we can add you or get, request to have you added.
Yeah. I know mirrors. That's a good idea, though, too. Literally,
Yeah,
mirrors.
that would be a good
I
challenge.
love that. Yeah.
But back to Mara's, but yeah, the Eco Challenge is Whimsical Menagerie, October 25th. And that is the Eco Challenge. Eek. And we're trying to be eco-friendly. Recycle, reuse, and or reinvent. While it's commercial time, I don't know whether I can do this right now or not. I'll try. No.
No? Something I can do?
Yeah, the slides for the text reminders.
Oh, well, jeez, just like poke me with a stick over here, guys.
All
You mean
right.
like this one?
That one, yeah. And I remembered tonight. Just text if you want to be reminded. Just text live to 814-515-4905, and we will send you a reminder. It's not Flippin Bunch, Gretchen. It's Flippin Fab YouTubers. So the other opportunity, or the other way to be reminded if you don't text, is you can use email and email flippinbunch@gmail.com and put live in the subject line.
I'm actually looking it up, and I'll just copy the link. I don't know if that would help, but you guys can at least look at it.
For the Flippin Fab YouTubers?
Yeah, I'll just link it on the chat. I can't do the chat.
I was going to say, I don't think it will let you because it's a private group. Gretchen, I'm not sure if we're friends on Facebook, but let me see. What's your last name?
Yeah, I think it's just groups Flippin Fab YouTubers. Also, if she wanted to search for it. I don't know if it would work or not, like you say.
Yeah, I have it up here. If you, I don't know. What's your last name? I don't know. I don't know that we're
I don't know if
friends.
can I type it in here somehow?
I don't think. I mean, I can
Can you
type it in as what the name of the page is, but
just
again, I think
copy
it's.
and paste it?
I found it and I'm answering questions. It's Gretchen Field, but you don't have a channel. Okay. Well, that.
Aha.
What are
New
we
goal.
waiting for, girl?
Yeah, you don't even want to see how I typed it. I got Flippin Fab. Flippin Fab.
I put
It's
it.
Swedish.
The Swedish flippers.
It's Flippin Fab.
Oh.
I like it.
I can't. Well, I was going to try to get it to go up there, but I can't even get it to do that.
Well, you must have a channel on YouTube, Gretchen, if you can comment. But you might want to go into your account and create a second channel so that I don't know if that's too complicated. I don't know. I have like 3 channels.
I'm looking for you, Gretchen. I was going to send you a friend request here. Why can't I find you? People. There you are. Well, what's your profile picture? Is it
Oh, really? Oh, waiting to be approved by Flippin Fab YouTubers? That's a bummer. Yeah, I just don't think Angie's very active. There was
okay, we'll
another.
I'll have to send her a message and see.
Yeah, you
So
know what, Yvonne? Ask her if she wants another co-host, someone that will help manage the channel.
yeah.
Maybe she'll want you to do it, or because we put a lot of activity on there, and she's never there.
Yeah, I know.
That's hours.
Yeah, I mean, when I first
Wow.
got started, and that whole bunch of people, they were all collaborating and doing videos, and then everybody kind of,
they flittered away.
Yeah. Okay, I have her name written down, Jenna, so I'll check, and then Gretchen's also. Oh, this
I
might
don't
be.
go on there very much, I must admit.
Are you in Terre Haute, Gretchen? Or because the first three that came up, they didn't look like that would be your page. just guessing. Nice to have a face with a name. So, well, do you guys have any questions about production or anything like that? Maybe we can get you going with the channel, Gretchen.
How about you other ladies? You loving your channels?
Oh, okay. All right. That answered it. So I just sent you a request. Only videos and old playlists created 10 plus years ago of music videos as a mixtape for your sister. Oh, cool. Oh, that's right. Gretchen needs a dog. Well, that would be really a cute name, even for furniture flipping. It's catchy.
That's one thing about having a particular name is I tried changing the owling dog back to owl and dog. I've just been owling dog for so long. It just wasn't working. I just have to stick with that thing because it's too old,
Well, sometimes changing, granted, I changed my business name, and I don't know whether that was a good move or not.
It depends on your business. It really does. I think I went a long time without having a storefront, and I think it wasn't going to work to change my name because it just didn't mean anything to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I felt like my new name was more meaningful.
Great name. Yeah.
I felt like it, especially for the move that I made at the time, and it's still appropriate, but I still think, sometimes you lose people along the way that, don't know.
But.
So, Mara, going to landscape portrait for shorts. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. We lost Star again. You say going from landscape to portrait for shorts. Is it you're saying like you have a hard time remembering to do that? I know whenever I'm filming, like sometimes I try to remember or make myself remember to do a few portrait, a little bit of portrait video, especially if that's in my mind to do. But what another thing I'll do is go into my video editing software and change the aspect ratio to whatever, if I'm doing a YouTube short or whatever, I'll change it so that it's appropriate for it. Doesn't always work because of the way the picture's been taken, but sometimes it does. Sometimes you get a really good close-up.
I just use my landscape ones for shorts, but I make really short shorts.
Who
really
wears shorts?
Very shorts.
I try to go landscape, go out wider, get the object in the center, because I can always crop it down for my video in Premiere Pro. And in my phone, if I'm going to do a short, by the time my phone takes it and changes it to portrait from landscape, it cuts it way down. And like Levon said, sometimes I can catch the picture, sometimes I can't. Or sometimes you only get like half of the picture, but at least you still get the idea of what I'm doing anyway. But but it's tricky, and all of them are a little bit different when you're using them.
Yeah. I agree. It is tricky. I've been considering doing like a tutorial on UCut, and I feel like a lot of the same features would be in these other, video editing software things, and just to show, what I do, and it might spark somebody to look for that feature in their video editing software if they don't already use it. Mara said, just as I suspected. We're almost out of time. We're very quiet tonight. We don't have our giggle girl.
I know. We need the giggles.
Yeah, Crystal provides the giggles. We couldn't stop last week.
If I'm laggy, that's maddening watching somebody talk when they're laggy. I'm trying to be quiet.
No. I mean, you come through, and I think people understand because they can see what's happening.
Yeah.
Someday I'll get that big line coming right to my house, and I'll have great internet.
Yeah,
someday.
That's right.
What about the what's the Elon Musk there?
Starlink. I had one ordered. Ordered, and I missed replying to the email by like 8 minutes. So he booted me right out. I got booted right out and had to start over again after waiting 6 months.
Tommy loves it. That's what we have here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he's got two. I think he has Comcast, which is a regular cable, but it's big in New England. Comcast everything. And then he also has Starlink. And I use the Starlink. I never go into his other Comcast because I love Starlink. And he even has a portable one. That's the one that's expensive, is the one that he travels with it, though. But he's like in the Grand Canyon and
like the hotspot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's satellite,
so
correct?
He's way out of range of anything. So he needs, to have a portable thingamajig.
Yeah.
So he takes one with him, but we even have it in the house here. And it works great.
I shared this with Dar earlier, and I'll share it with you guys now before we go. This is my internet. It's visible wireless, Costs me $20 a month. And I use it to stream Netflix and all the other YouTube and everything on my TV. I use it to, download videos and upload videos and, also to do lives. So it's portable. So that might be worth a try. So, and if you do, let me know, because I might be able to get some referrals. I'm pretty sure I can do referrals. So I used to keep it a big secret. I wouldn't tell anybody because I was so afraid that they were going to, it's too good to be true. And I was so afraid they were going to take it away because I beat the heck out of internet. It's like, always on, so I mean, I thought, oh boy, they're gonna, because you stream Pandora, stream YouTube, all that stuff, it's like uses a lot of data, and I thought they'd either throttle it back or cut it off, and they still haven't.
Right, that's cool. Jenna says it's like watching a foreign movie with English voiceovers, and you know what, I actually like that.
I think she means the delay because, like, I need to explain something here. Right over where where the comments are on my phone doing this, there's this stupid thing that comes up that says share your referral link, and I can't get it off of there. It's right over who sends the next comment.
I see that.
I can't read the comment. So sometimes I'm delaying and waiting for it to move up. But I guess I just have to hit on it and let her go, and hopefully it's not something bad.
Oh, I don't know why. Do you have that, little one?
Yeah, I have it. Share your referral link.
So it like goes over the person's comment, so you can't see what they're saying. This is craziness.
I don't.
Cheryl, do you mean what I was talking about, or what the Starlink? Because I don't know. You just said, what's the name of the internet? What I was talking about is Visible Wireless, which is basically Verizon.
Yeah.
So, you like that, Kat? You like the subtitles?
Oh, in a movie? Yeah, I think I rarely have time to do stuff like that, but I find it relaxing, like go to sleep.
The only movie I ever watched the whole way through, it was a series on Netflix, was Stizzle. I think that's what it was. It was a series about Jewish people, and it was kind of a drama. Yeah. And I don't know why, I was just fascinated, because otherwise, as soon as I see subtitles, I'm gone.
Yeah, I think it depends on the language. If you listen to it in French or Italian, I know some Italian. I can understand it when I hear it. I mean, I can't speak it. But to have the subtitles in the beautiful language, whether it's French is also a beautiful language, and you listen to it, it's awesome, Mm-hmm. Even I saw this really scary movie one time, and it was in Japanese, I believe, but it had the English subtitles, and I'm telling you, it was one psychologically scary movie. It was about two girls that were supposedly twin sisters, but in the end, you realize it's just someone with like a double personality.
Ooh.
Cheryl,
it's Visible. I think I wrote it in there in the comments, but Visible.
Yeah.
Well, we are 1:05. Sorry we took you guys over. If you have nothing else for us, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this hour.
Hooray.
And I think I'm going to go search.
Next, Star.
What's that?
Who's our next host?
Should be Crystal.
Crystal? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crystal is up for the next host. And
thank you, ladies, for coming along.
Yes,
we appreciate you.
Everybody.
Any
Always
other questions? Let any one of the Flippin Bunch know. You could just email the flippinbunch@gmail.com.
Yeah. Yes, you
On that
can.
note, we will sign out and everybody have a great evening.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.